Alright, welcome back to the second section in learning Effective. This is an introductory aspect of Effective. A deeper aspect of Effective will be arranged later. So we'll be looking at the inventory for now, and here we'll be looking at viewing an existing inventory we have. Remember, we did it in the first video, and also we're looking at how to search for certain inventory to suit your requirement for the searching. We'll look at editing an inventory record and creating a new one. So in Effective, we can simply create an inventory, also a merchandise for companies that deals on the merchandise, or a service. So services could be freight charge or whatever service your company renders in order to make revenue. We're going to look into that. We're going to also look at creating sub inventories for a major inventory category. Alright, so we'll also look at how to add stock manually and also printing a stock report. So let's look into those things I just listed now. So I'm going to click on the quick action and item list, and this takes me directly to all the list of inventories I have. A second way of doing that, I'm going to go back to the dashboard, is to click on products and services, and now to your left there are sub menus based on the one you selected at the top. So below the product and services, to the left, I have sub menus for product and services. So things I can do because I selected products and services. So in this case, I'm going to click on the products and services, manage product and services, and this is displaying all inventory we have for this current channel, and it is written here that items stock are displayed for the current channel. So for this current branch or head office, we assume we have all this stock. Okay, so that's why it's showing us this. And when we want to look at items from different location, for instance, how is it for a warehouse in area main market, for instance, is telling me we have none of these items in there. So for now we'll be concentrating on the current channel you logged into. All right, so this is the inventory. So the inventory module is robust and has been designed to suit certain needs you may encounter when working with inventory. For instance, you could search for any group of items, and even multiple items can be searched at once. For instance, I could say I'm looking for Effective because I think I stored Effective as a service I do sell. So let's see what happens here. Say Effective. Okay, I want to put Effective, and you can see Effective just popped out right in front of me, and this is what Effective was. Okay, now this is Effective, and let's say I want also to search for gold, anything gold like, and I want to search for shoes, and let's say I also want to search for so you may want to search for certain items and want to compare their stocks or whatever you want to do with them. You can as well do those with multiple search. Just separate those with commas, and that's all you need to do. So let's say shoes, and what else do I have in my head now? Let's say phones. Let me see. Let's say phones. and when I press the enter key, I think I got things matching most of the search criteria here. So we have a shoe, we can look into it, and that is for editing. So there's a reason why I want to see this. I can open it up, I can edit anything I want to do. I want to edit here, and you can change the picture. Just simply change the picture. Now notice something here. Whenever you pop out any inventory item, let me pop out this shoe for instance, you can't do anything here. The reason for that is for you, sometimes you may open up the details for a product just to view. For instance, you want to view the stock history. All right, you don't need to update, you don't need to change anything. So why is it locked? It is locked because you may mistakenly change certain settings that are vital to your business. For instance, this shoe has a separate income and expense account, including a purchase account, where their records or accounting details have been stored. So you may not want to mistakenly change it to something else and save again, and so for you to change anything here, you must click on this edit this item, and now you are allowed to modify anything because you just request for editing. So things like the pictures can be changed. You can also change this account to something else. You can't change it back to a service if you've sold it. Like you can see, we've sold this shoe several times, so I can't change it back to a service. It remains a product item. We can add a description for the shoe, and that's okay. Now, why it is locked, you can only see these buttons while it is locked. For instance, you can create a copy from this shoe and change all the things. Why? Yeah, you can create a copy just like what I did. You can change the name, but Effectiv tries and keep track of every other thing about the shoe for you. Okay, that's what we could do. Another interesting thing is that whenever you search for an item, Effectiv keep track of your search criteria, so you don't have to do it often and often. For instance, if I go back to the transaction, right, and get back to the product and services module, you find out that I still have the last thing I searched for, and Effectiv stores these things for you. Then if you choose to clear it off, you can clear it off by removing everything and press the enter key. There are predefined search criteria Effectiv has for you to make your searching easier. For instance, when you search item with no barcode, or with barcode, with no category, or with a category, merchandise or services, and so on and so forth, or even third-party items or products. So this is where you sell, you make profit from selling someone else's products within your own business. So that's a third-party product, and I can see this a third-party item. All right. Okay, so this is how Effectiv works. There are other things I will need to explain, and that's for the editing. When you click on an item to edit, so let's say for this time I'm going to select the made shoe. I'm going to hit the edit like I said earlier, and there are other options here that might interest you. One is active. So when you set this to be active, this item is active for business per se, and if I disable it, maybe there are issues with this product, maybe a lot of customers has been complaining, and now you want to restrict your staff from selling it. You can go and set it inactive. Okay, setting it inactive does nothing yet. All you need to do is to save whatever you have done. So I just removed the active state of this. Is now inactive by not checking this. Now if I update, this item is now currently inactive, and you can see it here, inactive. So which means it can't be sold. All right, it can't be sold, and your workers or whoever that sells cannot sell this item. So if you want to filter sometimes by inactive or active items, there are options for you to do that. So going back to that, sometimes again it can be active. All right, it can be active, but it is not for sale. Now there are purposes or reasons why you may want to do this. For instance, this item may be that's not for sale. This item may be an item that is used to let's say maybe augment other items. I don't know how to put it, but there are situations, maybe I'll figure it out later, a situation whereby it's not for sale can be applicable. All right, but it is active. So I'm going to enable those. Then there is another interesting aspect of Effectiv that you need to know, and that is when it comes to your inventories. This is automatically deduct quantity when sold. Now when this track quantity is turned on, whenever you sell this item, the quantity you sold are automatically deducted from the stock, existing stock for this item, and that's how Effectiv gives you automatic record for stock balances. So if you don't want such thing, if you don't want to keep tracking the quantity, you can simply go here and remove this and save again, and Effectiv will stop tracking the quantity for you. So which means you can sell this any number of times and any number of quantity, and there is no problem with that. Then the next section is this item has a cost price of 4,300, a retail price of 7,500. I'm going to come back here to explain better on this section, because it requires some understanding to move further with that. So this is what I need to show you for now, and that's how it works. So I'm going to save and close everything. Okay, so the next section we will look into, now we finished with editing a record, like I showed you how to set active and inactive, for sale or not for sale, track quantity and not track quantity, and I updated my changes. So let's look into creating a new inventory item in service. So it's as easy as using the quick action, create new item, or if you are here already, you can click on create item. So when I click here, the item name is what you could enter here. So we are going to be taking a sample of products. Let's say let's take something very much simpler in the real world sense. Okay, I'm thinking of using I don't know yet, but I don't know what I could use, but let's say for now I would use something generic, an item name that is very much generic, so it's not attached to any important name, and the item is called a product ABCD. Alright, so I'm going to say product. So this is going to be a simple item, product ABCD. Now look at this, I created this item, product ABCD, and I did nothing more. Okay, no picture, just product ABCD. I'm coming back to this, so I'm going to create this by clicking on save and new. And what Effectiv does is create it, and now make way for you to add a new one, right? Okay, so you wouldn't see them here because this section, okay, this section just gets is information based on this criteria, and that's why I'm not seeing the product ABCD here, because ABCD is the default. So let me just include the word product so that it becomes part of our search results. So this is our products. Where is it? Okay, P. So we have a product ABCD. Alright, now here for product ABCD, this section, finally we have a 0 stock, and that's very simple. So funny enough, you find that the retail price is 0, the cost price is 0, and also we also have a 0 stock. So Effectiv gives you the flexibility to do whatever you intend to do. Now there's no retail price, there's no cost price. So what's the essence of this? Let me go here and put in a stock manually, and that stock, I'm going to say, remember, you always click on the edit item to be able to change anything. So I'm going to click on edit here. Let's say we have 100 of product ABCD. I'm saving that, and that is it. We just have 100 of those. So you see, automatically it tells us now we have 100 units of product ABCD. Okay, now if I want to sell this item, I could create a quick sales invoice and select a customer. Let's say retail customers. Retail. So Effectiv gets me all retail customers I've stored, or add a new one, but we'll come into that later. So let's call this big nail. That's an example of it's the owing. Let me use micro. Oh, I don't want someone that's owing this. Okay, customer. So this is it, and this big retail, this customer buying product ABCD. And I'm going to type product, and Effectiv will get me product ABCD. I think I should have it. Okay. Okay, so I have product ABCD here, and that product, I see this customer wants 20 of it. Now when I click add, you find that it has no retail price, and that's why the total for this transaction is still 0. Okay, and mind you, this will work perfectly, because one is that it's assuming you don't want to bill this customer for this transaction, but we can edit this and put the rate. Let's say at the rate of 2,000, and he ordered 20. It is 40,000 after I remove the tax, which is just 40,000. So what's the essence of showing you this? The essence of showing you this is that with Effectiv you can key in thousands of records at ease with speed. Then maybe later you can now start fixing things like the retail price and the cost prices in a separate section, and as you can fix all of them in a separate section, and that's the purpose. So creating these items are very simple. But coming back to product ABCD, there's something I want to explain better here, not at the top but the bottom. Now this section called storage option, it is designed to have sub items of items. So let's say product ABCD also have various variants our customers are buying. They prefer various variants of the same product. We can come below here and fix this. Now, because when we created this, Effectiv automatically created only one variant that matches the name product ABCD. So we can change this variant and say blue color, and we now say for blue color we buy at 700 and we sell at 1000, so my income is 300. So when I this 700 and we intend to sell at 1000, so what I need to put here is just 300. So in a nutshell, let's put your income here. Effectiv knows that the retail price is 1000. Reorder level is at what level will this stock be low, and the system should alert you that the item is low, that maybe you should now reorder for it. So let's say 20 and it gets to 20, and if I say save, not this one, you must hit this one to update this change you made here, and that sets it as product ABCD blue color. What if we have product ABCD red used? The same product but the red variant that has been used. Alright, so I just simply want to copy this to save me time from typing. So I'll say red and color used. Okay, it's a used item unit. I put any unit of measure, and this one we buy at 450. I want to get a gain of 120, so it's going to 120 120, so that's a 570 tag for it, and I'll add that. Now we have two sub items under product ABCD. So that's one thing you need to know. But if one item is already here, whenever you're modifying Effectiv product item, those items are populated in this particular field so that you could change them easily. Now to change, you simply click on any and change whatever you want to change. For instance, if the cost price of this item was actually 590, I just go there and put 490. Let's put 490, and automatically, because our income has been fixed to 120, this gives us our new retail price to 610. So let's make it 150 income. So it's going to be 640. So I'll just update. That's how these things could be done. So you can have multiple sub items, and I'm going to show you an example of where it has been applied. So I'm going to save and close. So product ABCD now has two items. Sorry, I forgot to put a unit in stock for this other one. Edit. We have 79 of this. Let's save it. Okay. Alright, so close. Alright, so we have 79 of this, and the cost price are displayed for me to see. Now you can see other items here, both the ones that has no stock has multiple sub items listed below them. The ones that has one sub item are just the default with the name of the product we're selling. So here, for instance, this mobile phone Galaxy X8 has 3 variant sub items, whatever method you want to use in storing them. So this is called the Galaxy S8, Galaxy X7H, Galaxy S8 Plus, with various price tags. So if I should open this up, you'll find out that nothing is populated here. If I click edit, nothing gets populated. So to edit individually, just click and change whatever you need to change, and that's how it works. So this is how we could create an inventory. To create a service is similar to that of inventory. So whatever service you are into, you simply remember to select that this is a service and enter the name of the service. If the service has some items, you can add, but if it doesn't, I'll expect you to just simply put in the retail price and save. So let's do that. So let's say we have a kind of service, let's call it job. A job we build to workers. So let's just put it job. This is the category called job. Great. And let's leave the remaining as okay. This is a service. I want to track all this in a service revenue account. Click on this. Job revenue. So I'll call this job revenue or job service revenue. Services revenue. Okay, service revenue. So it's a job revenue. So description is a little description about this account. So track all job services. So that's all I need to do, create, and this creates the account for me. Alright, and that's all I need to do. So this is service, I'm nothing more, and it's going to cost a variable amount. So let's just say it's costing 1,200, and that's all I need to do. I will now simply save it. Remember, I have to do less here because this job may not have sub item, but if it does have sub items, you can include this sub item job service. Alright, so save, and that's all I need to do. So let's just put service here so that our job could show up. Okay, J for job. Now you can see there's a job service. Alright, so it's a service and a retail price of 1,200. So this is how you could create an inventory, a product or merchandise, and a service in Effectiv. Again, is to look into our items stock history. So let's just look at that. When I open individual item, I'm clicking on the shoes. I can poke into the stock history details, and the beginning balance of February 01 by me, initially it was 0, now I added 5, and so on and so forth. At this point 2 was sold. So this arrow says increment, this arrow says decrement. Now this is a previous value, it was before any of this transaction occurs. And again, you can click on the transaction link to open up the detailed transaction. You can see 2 of that same shoe we're looking into now was sold. So that's how Effectiv tracks these things for you and make your life a lot easier when it comes to stock management. Adding stock manually, we just discussed that. All you need to do, I'm going back to our product sample here. I'm going to click this and then increase this to 100 as well. So when I click the product, edit, stock manager, this is a manual entry. I want to make this 100, so I'll be adding a 21 of that and say save, and that's 100 units in it. Closed. So it's 100 there. Next is you could choose to print or stock report. When I click here, Effectiv is going to ask me, do you want to print all or those that are out of stock, or print the ones without stock. So your choice. So let's print this. You can export it in any format, Excel, Microsoft Word, whatever method you want to export them and perform all the calculations on this report. And this concludes the inventory management section, and our report has been generated. And there's a stock report here, stock report of what we have currently. Okay, so see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.